Welcome to our first lecture. In this lecture, we are going to review some basic stuff in C. In this lecture, we are going to cover the ternary operators and multidimensional arrays. So first of all, we'll look at ternary operators. So ternary operators, sometimes we're going to call it as a conditional operator. It used to replace if-else conditions. So it's allow us to replace the if-else conditions. Or in order to successfully execute the ternary operator, we need to have three operands. First operand is the conditional operator or the condition in our if-else statement. Then the second operand is the what are the true statement that we would like to execute when that condition becomes true. Then the third operand is the what are the statement that we would like to execute when that condition becomes false. So let's look at the advantages of the ternary operator. Using the ternary operator, we can reduce the number of lines in our program. So it's allow us to write very condensed code instead of expanding into multiple lines. So syntax for the ternary operator, first operand is the condition. So this condition will be evaluated to either true or false. Then the second operand is the true statement. So it can be a single statement or it can be a multiple statement which can be enclosed within a curly braces. Right? Then the third operand is the false statement. It can be also single statement or multiple statement which can be enclosed within curly braces. So that is the general syntax of the ternary operator. So if you look at the example of the ternary operator, so let's assume that we have two integers a greater than b, that is our condition. If this condition becomes true, then this printf statement, a is greater printf statement will be executed. If this condition becomes false, the false statement or the statement after your colon, false statement, that means statement after your colon will be executed if your initial condition become false. So that is how the execution happens in the ternary operator. Let's look at an example on the ternary operator. In this example, what I am trying to do, I am trying to assign a value for z variable based on my x and y values. So if my x and y, x is greater than y, then I am going to assign summation of x and y to my z variable. If x is less than y, then this condition become false. Then I'm going to assign the difference between the x and y. So that is what I'm trying to do in this program. So let's consider if we execute this program, what's going to happen. So we're going to have two integer variable, x is 1, y is 5. Then computer will create another variable called z. Then I'm trying to execute this statement which is in my line 60. So when it is executing that statement, this is a assignment statement because of this equal sign. In the assignment statement, first of all, it will execute the left hand side. So when it is executing the left hand side, it will see a ternary operator. So how the ternary operator will execute? First, it will evaluate this condition into either true or false based on the condition value, based on the Boolean value of the condition. Then it will do the necessary, it will execute the necessary statement. So in this case, x is 1 and y is 5. So now x is 1, 5, y is 5. So now this condition becomes false because y is greater than x. Because of that, it's not going to execute this statement. It will execute this statement. So that is 1 minus 5. So it will give the negative 4 to my z value. So let's try to execute this program. So now you can see it's output my z value as negative 4. So this is the example execution of the ternary operator. So let's look at another example. So in this example also, I'm trying to do the same thing. Instead of assigning into another variable, I'm just printing it to a user standard output string. So in here also, I have created two integer variable, x equal to 10 and y equal to y. So x value will be assigned to 10, y value will be assigned to 5. So then I'm trying to execute the printf statement. So when I'm executing the printf statement, it will print a string value. So percentage sign is stand for placeholder to print a string value, right? So how I'm getting this string value based on my ternary operator that I have implemented in here. So when I'm going to get this string value, I need to evaluate this ternary operator. When I am evaluating my ternary operator, first I need to check the condition. So right now x is 10, y is 5. This condition becomes true. Since this condition becomes true, then I'm going to execute my first statement before the colon. So I'm going to print x is greater than y. I'm going to keep, I'm going to print the string as x is greater than y in my printf statement. So this string will be replaced, or this placeholder value for the string will be placed the x is greater than y phrase. So in this program, output should be the x is greater than y. So let's try to execute this program and see the output. So you can see output is x is greater than y. So that is what we have expected. Alright, so let's look at the final example of the ternary operator. So ternary operators can be used to do a little bit complex comparison also. So in this program, I have used the ternary operator to find the largest number in any given three integers. First, I have created three integers a, b, and c, and another integer called large to store my all the values in my program. Then I'm asking user to enter three integers or three numbers. Then from this user standard input stream, I'm reading three integers into my a, b, and c. So now what I'm going to do, I want to find out what is the largest number between a, b, and c. So in order to find the largest, I'm going to execute this statement. So when I'm executing this statement, so this statement is a assignment statement. This statement is assignment statement. So assignment statement always left hand side will be executed first. So in order to execute the left hand side, we need to execute this condition first. So right now, let's assume that if user has entered, let's say 10, 12, and let's say 8, then so right now a value is 10, b value is 12. So this condition becomes false, right? If this condition becomes false, then we are going to jump into the second part of our ternary operator, or the third operand in our third ternary operator. So that is, I'm checking, is it b greater than c? So right now b value is 10 and c value is 8. So this condition becomes true. Because of that, I'm going to get my value or the large value to be b. So if you say enter these three numbers in my standard input stream, my largest will be 12. So that is what actually we want, right? And if I look at the output of this program, if I enter these three numbers, my largest should be or the large number should be printed as 12. So let's try to execute this program and see the output. So now it's asking me to enter three numbers. So let's say I'm entering 10, 12, 8. Then you can see it's finding the largest number between those three numbers. So that is the answer we have expected. You can see this ternary operator can be used in order to execute more complex if-else statement in very condensed manner. So previously, if you remember, in our first semester we have done this program, like we have write bunch of if else statement in order to execute this kind of a if else statement. Right now, because of the ternary operator, we don't have to use that many lines in our program. We can write everything in a one single statement. So that is the advantage of the ternary operator. So I hope you all understood the ternary operator. So if you do not understand about the ternary operator, still you can implement your program using if else statement. But the ternary operator will allow us to write a more clear code, more cleaner code using a less number of statements. So that is the advantage of the ternary operator. If you do not use the ternary operator, only disadvantage, you have to write more statements. Other than that, execution of the if else clause and the ternary operator will be same if you implemented those two in correct form. So I hope you all understand the ternary operator. So in next video we will talk about the two-dimensional arrays.